I grew up in a community called Nashua, New Hampshire, which is about the same size as Bloomington, and there were some really different development patterns there. There was a historic downtown, then there was sort of a mall and strip mall area, and even as a kid, I could kind of see the differences, and I was very curious about how each one got the way it got, and the way each one felt, and how people interact with it. Are they walking to places? Are they taking cars to places? Hi, I'm Holly Masek, and I'm the Port Authority Administrator for the City of Bloomington. I started out actually working in tourism and hospitality in the first part of my career. Briefly worked in Central America, and with that I got very interested in the way that outside forces were helping or harming sometimes land development in different countries. And so I went back to school for urban planning, and then most recently I was in Rochester, Minnesota running their downtown improvement district. The Port Authority is one of two economic development agencies for the City of Bloomington, and we work on development and redevelopment for the city. We also work on small business assistance, and creative placemaking is housed within our team. The Port Authority was actually started in the 80s to facilitate the redevelopment of the Met Stadium site into the Mall of America. Since then, the Port Authority has worked primarily in that area. We've been assisting with the development of places like Bloomington Central Station. We also assist with industrial redevelopment. SIC just approved an expansion. Up to last year, the Port Authority was primarily focused on the South Loop area, which is the northeast corner of Bloomington. And now, as of last year, we are expanding our services citywide. Another thing that is happening is we're collaborating a lot more closely with the Housing and Redevelopment Authority. We are going to be able to help with those larger mixed-use projects. Something we're currently working on that I want to see us get better and better at is understanding the landscape of small businesses services in this region. We aren't necessarily going to be offering counseling directly ourselves. What we are going to be doing is becoming experts in all the programs that are out there. So as we encounter small businesses and see what they need, we can refer them quickly to the right help. What people may or may not know about the Port is that we have the ability to offer incentives or subsidies for developers. But in order for a developer to receive those, they need to meet certain priorities that the city has. And so a project like Carbon 31 may come and ask for subsidy, and in return or incentive, we will say, we would like to see something for the community. In the case of that project, they're building housing, but they're also adding a grocery store. And that grocery store wouldn't financially work, but for the assistance that we're able to give that project. But it was so important to the community to have that asset there because it's a new and developing area. There's housing, but there aren't all the regular community amenities you need to have a walkable community. So we're able to give that to McGough. They're doing their own development, but they're adding this community asset that they wanted to add anyways, but we were able to offer the assistance to get it over the finish line. In all of our work, the Port Authority is aligning with Bloomington Tomorrow Together, the city's strategic plan. One of the priorities that resonates with us is a more connected and welcoming community, and our creative placemaking work is all about that. We want to be bringing art and neighborhood identity throughout the city. We are also, of course, supporting the equitable economic growth priority, especially diversity in business ownership. By having our small business assistance group working, we're able to reach out to a number of companies that are already here or may want to be here, may want to grow here.